When a supernova explodes, it releases energy and light, and let me tell you, Supernova 2016 is doing just that. We now have all 20 songs that will compete to represent Latvia at Eurovision, so it's time to go around and name our top 3, starting with Denise.
My third favorite is Samanta Tina with We Live for Love. And I'm so glad that she's finally back. I was in love with Hero, and I think they should have picked her, so I really like that one. This song is not as good as Hero, but I do like it as long as I don't listen to the lyrics. I mean, we live for love and together we belong, we are one. It's so cliche. We've heard it like a million times before. So don't listen to that, but the music itself, I kind of like it. And Samantha, she is such a great talent, and we all know her voice is really, really good. And even though I don't think this song is that good, I think with a good revamp, it could work. So yeah, at least I'm glad that Samantha is back.
We Live for Love kind of creeps me out a bit, because just before the 2-minute mark, there's this man kind of comes over in the background and he's saying this random gibberish. I can't really hear over the music, but it's kind of like, and he's there like as if he's kind of some evil overlord or something, and it just completely creeps me out. And Samanta Tina isn't a good enough singer. She doesn't have good enough songs. She doesn't have good enough production. Her songs are never any good. She's never deserved to win, and I don't like her.
And I don't like
and her other song is better than this one.
I just have to say, her video for Stay has a thumbnail of her with a horse, and I love it. Now, Porik, it's time for your number 3.
My number 3 is, forgive me for the pronunciation, is Madara Gregora with You and I.
Together we make you and I.
And it's kind of, it's like LA Air, or if you look at our Austria video, Ellie, that kind of style, except much more mellow. Her vocals are much more mellow, but she's thrown in kind of brass, and it's upbeat and it's fun and it's poppy. It's not going to win Supernova. It definitely wouldn't qualify from Eurovision, but it's just good enough to be my third favorite.
Denise is not impressed.
Because I was mean to Samantha.
No, not because of that. The song just isn't good. And, well, yeah, I still hate you that you said that Samantha isn't a great singer. So, yeah, you're right.
Well, I will diffuse the tension by bringing up a new artist. My number 3 is ElektroFolk with the song Miracle Drums. Now, okay, they have a bad enunciation at the beginning, but they can sort that out. And it almost sounds a little creepy at the beginning as well, when the guy comes on. Maybe he's the one from the Samanta Tina song. With this, I don't even know what he says, but he's like this. But then they hit this chorus, and it's so anthemic and uplifting and happy. The song is very topical. They're talking about war, and their whole notion is, love, love, love will fill your heart. And when they say that, this swells musically, and I love that moment, so I'm willing to put up with the nonsense that came before. It's one of these songs you can see people fist pumping and like lighting torches, and it's just really sweet and powerful. It's very choral, because like there are quite a few people in ElektroFolk. It's like, what, 4 or 5 people? Last year they were funky and crazy, and this year they're, I don't know, a bit more pared back, a bit more trying to be mainstream, and I think it works for them. It's just epic. The bridge, there are no words, and so it will lend itself to epic staging. They can do something amazing with, like, I don't know, big piece LEDs or something, and y'all both are looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah, no, Porex's third choice is amazing compared to this.
Are you kidding me?
No.
This doesn't inspire you to, like, I don't know, write letters of peace to people?
No.
No, this belongs in the trash can. I mean, come on.
Oh, okay, you're
But-
breaking my heart.
Last year, ElektroFolk, I didn't like them, but they had this USP that they were this wacky, out-of-the-world band, that they had all their traditional elements, they were doing their folk, and they're like, "Dullalalalalala." And now they're just all kind of mellowed out doing this thing. And if you were an ElektroFolk fan last year, I don't know how you could appreciate this year's entry. And it's not going to attract new fans, and it's just bland, and you're just bored. And it's probably one of the better ones in the first heat, but the second heat of Supernova is a lot better. And yeah, it's just not good.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Miracle drums, miracle drums. That will be your call. I'm telling you, when you hear this live, you will feel the rhythm, you will feel the power.
Yeah.
Well, moving on to our number 2, Denise.
Yeah, my second favorite is Markus Riva with I Can.
I can write your memories, 'cause that is all we need to stay alive. And I really wanna see you again.
It is a cliche song, but I can compare it to Ireland. I really like Ireland this year, even though it's really mainstream and we've heard it a million times before. It's the same thing with Markus, and I really like it when it's cliche, a good cliche. So I like this one too, and I also like Markus Riva. He's a good performer, and I really liked him last year, and the final place was deserved for him. So I would be happy if Markus finally is getting to Eurovision. Yeah.
And his voice has been improving year after year. 'Cause
Yeah.
when we first saw him at Zizma, maybe it was just okay, but I feel like he's trained it somehow, worked it up, because last year he sounded amazing, and he's got so much charisma and swagger. He's a very solid lad. He clearly works out, and when he is on stage, you feel the presence, and I think that he will surprise us this year by taking it up another notch. In any event, poor egg.
Just on Marcus, in 2014 he was kind of here. Then in 2015 he went to here, and now 2016 he's here. It's just such a fall down in standards for him, because even the singles he's released since Supernova 2015, they're much better than this. This is just so cliched, and it's as if he's forgotten his English pronunciation, because straight away he's like, I tried, and he can't win. He sings I can, but he can't.
He's just saving it up for the shows. You wait and see. He is in Indonesia right now. Check out these photos on Instagram. Oh my God. He is gonna come back sunned and ready to sing.
My number 2 is Just with Heartbeat.
Feeling your heartbeat, that's what I want, that's what I need.
Stop making faces.
No,
It's kind of minimalistic electro with kind of a manly, gruff kind of voice. And if you want chorizo, I don't know what the Latvian equivalent is, but it's much better than some of the chorizo you've been harping on about. I think it's definitely one of the strongest in the Latvian field. And if it did go to Eurovision, there's already a lot of men, but it stands out and it's different enough that it wouldn't get swallowed up in the mix.
You know, there is so much fan wank hype about Just already, and I think much of it comes down to the fact that Aminata Sabadogo, their singer from last year, composed it, and you can definitely hear her influence. This is edgy, a little avant-garde, it's very modern. I mean, you can hear this on the radio in Sweden. It's got that very now quality, and I can see why people like that. It leaves me kind of cold, personally. I don't feel like there's enough development. I felt like with Love Injected, Aminata's song, because of her vocals, she made it go up here, down here, up here. Whereas this to me just feels kind of like this. But anyways, it sounds expensive, so well done. My number 2 is Samanta Tina, We Live for Love. Now, Denise, you've already pointed out so many things, so I'm not going to repeat everything. But the fact is, this is very Eurovision. She has not just one key change, but 2. That's how fierce she is. She's like, I'm going to take it up here, and you know what? I'm going to take it up here. And the second time, my mouth hits the floor. Like, I still have a bruise where my jaw hit. It's just amazing for Samanta. And it has this kind of 1980s throwback vibe. Like, I don't know the art, not Bonnie Tyler, but there's something about this sound that is 80s and yet timeless. She lives for love, a trite theme, but when it's sung by Samanta Tina, it's on a whole new level. Get the woman a big win machine, and she has a really good chance of winning in
Just-
Latvia.
To use one of your favorite sayings, it's like something from a dive bar in the 1980s.
No, poor Rick.
Yeah.
This is like the dive bar after you've had a few drinks and you think about the one you love. It's amazing.
And you're regretting coming to the dive bar and having those drinks.
No, you're like, oh my god, this is pleasantly surprising.
And you're like, I want to run out of this place.
The beefy bouncer is so nice. I love my new friends I've met at this dive bar. All right. Well,
nice.
I suppose it is time for our number one, Denise.
Yeah, it's Boris's second choice. It's Just with Heartbeat.
I want you to say, feeling your heartbeat. That's what I want.
Like you said, of course, there's a little part of me that likes it even more because Aminata wrote it. That's true. But when I listened to it, I didn't know that Aminata was the writer of the song, and I think it was one of the best. So it would have been in my top 3 anyway. But yeah, the part of Aminata makes it my favorite. So it's still good, but Aminata makes it better. And it is electronical, it is really modern, and I think that it really works. And I love the voice of that guy. It's really, really raw. Not like Freddie from Hungary, but it has that same raw thing, and I'm in love with it. And I think this could do really, really well, and especially since Aminata did something great for Latvia last year, finally in the finals and finally in the top 10, and they're doing great. And I think with this song, not a top 10, not a top 5, but it could be in the finals, yeah.
I agree that it will do well. I just personally, I am not feeling it. Poor Rick.
Yeah, well, I obviously already like it. It's my number 2. But my number 1 is MyRadiantU with We Will Be Stars.
We will be stars tonight in the sky. No one will take away our pride. We won't be silent, silent.
It's electro pop, sophisticated kind of stuff. It's like what the Estonians were trying to get in East Lowell, but this is at least upbeat. You're not kind of depressed and just having a grey cloud hanging over yourself. I like the way the male and female vocals kind of contrast, and it goes up and down, and it's got lots of twists and turns, and lyrically it's a little repetitive, but the music is interesting enough in the background and the beats that I'm hooked.
This is a definite finalist, I think. If this doesn't make the final, I'll be shocked. It, again, sounds expensive. It's riding Aminata's modern wave, but doing it in a more, I guess, mainstream way. It's like less, it's gonna put fewer people off than edgy new music. So you know how last year some people were like, Aminata, what is this? And a lot of people loved it. Whereas this song, I feel like people will love, and there won't be as many people put off. And I think they can sing. It's real good. I should actually say that I was on the kind of pre-selection committee that heard all 88 songs in Latvia, and this was one of the songs I put forward as, in my top 7, because it was so solid, and like the whole 3 minutes you're engaged because of the twists and turns that you mentioned. I'm loving your choice. Ooh, in any event, my number 1 is a song that Denise has already described. It is Markus Riva's I Can.
Is that is all we need to stay alive? I really wanna see you again.
I know this is kind of cliche, it's kind of 90s boy band, like there are even elements of Blue leading up to the first chorus, but I don't care, I just really like it. I think the chorus itself is so gorgeous. It like falls on your ears, it starts looping. It's very inspirational, he can do anything, he can win Supernova. He, of course, has been working with high-end producers, well-known producers in Russia, because he appeared on a talent show there recently. And you can really tell, this just sounds top quality, top notch. It's got a lot of money behind it, and he's got the presence, charisma, and the voice to pull it off. I think the staging is going to be key, because the song, it has, shape, but it's not like, there's no Aminata bam. And so he's going to need something to visually, I think, lift it a little. But he can do that, because Lord knows he's got the visuals himself. I'm feeling really positive. It's going to be him or Samanta Tina in my mind because they've both been here so many times. They both have big followings, and this year they actually both have good songs. So I'm really looking forward to this. And can I just say, Markus Riva, he is a nice guy. We are going to quickly flash back to our interview after the final of Supernova last year where he came second. Bam.
I know it's quite early, but can we expect to see you next year in Supernova?
I don't know. We'll see how this year is going to be like and what kind of projects I'm going to do this year. And I'm not going to say yes and no. We'll see. We'll see. What? Maybe. Just say maybe.
He said he'd be back, and he is. What a gentleman.
But there's a reason why him and Samantha need to keep coming back, because people don't like them in the first place.
That's not true. Samantha's always up there. She's always like 2 or 3.
Yeah, and then a newbie comes along and passes her out.
No, they are coming back because the people want to see them. If they send them to Eurovision, it's one time and done. Now we can see them every year. Ha!
Ooh, Denise has the fire. She can. Well, those are our picks. What are your picks? You can let us know here on wiwibloggs. Please press like and subscribe and let us know what you're thinking. See you later. Bye.
Bye.